Jai Hind all of you. I am Manish Kumar in front of you, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. So, student, today my special topic is from unit number 1. That is, I am going to brief you about arrays here, right? So, we know that there are number of operations that we perform on a data structure, right? So, you all have studied in your first year in C programming, there are a number of data types, right? And you have categorized those data types like primary data types, primary data type, derived data types, user defined data types. Primary means primitive, right? Which are inbuilt in a machine, in a language. For example, you have studied about int, char, float, double, and one is void is also there. And these are primary, primitive data types, right? And the data types which are derived from primary data types are called as derived data types, and under which you have studied about array, you studied array, pointers, functions, and structure, union, right? So today I am brief you about arrays. What are arrays? Right? Arrays basically are of two types: single dimensional 1D and multi-dimensional, that is 2D, 3D, 4D. You already have a brief knowledge about this array. So fastly I will review the concept of array, what are arrays, how elements are stored in an array. Then we will show number of operations that are performed. So in this data structure, in the subject data structure, we will focus on the logical representation of elements. Logical, or we can say mathematical as well as mathematical and logical representation of elements, so that we can access those elements efficiently, right? So today content: introduction to array, array representation, operations, traversing, insertion and deletion. Okay, so what are arrays? Whenever we want to store similar type of elements with a single name, we declare a variable as an array type. So how you will recognize that you have declared an array in a programming language? So whenever you will see this square brackets, 1 square bracket 1D array, 2 square bracket 2D array, 3 square bracket 3D array, right? So array when similar type of elements, and what is its importance? So in the data structure, we need to know about the memory allocation of all the data structures, how they used to store elements, right? So in array, we used to store contiguous memory allocation. Contiguous memory elements are allocated contiguously. So what is the meaning of contiguous memory allocation? It means that elements are stored according to the size of data structure. So according to the size of data type, sorry. For example, we have taken here int. So if I am going to store 5 elements, right, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, then what happened? So we know that the size of this integer is 2 bytes, right? For example, the starting location is 100, the starting memory allocation, then the second element will take space from 102 memory, 104, 106, 108, like that. Okay, so elements are taking memory allocated according to the size of data type. So in case of integer, it is 2 bytes. In case of character, it is 1 byte. In case of float, it is 4 bytes. In case of double, it is 8 bytes. Okay. So this is the contiguous memory allocation, and we all know that the array elements are accessed with its index position, index I, the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So memory are allocated contiguous memory allocation, right? So it is just like a container. It means that container means we are creating a list here. We are creating a list. Okay. So for what purpose? We are holding number of elements, number of items, right? And these items should be of the same type, है ना? I have told you same, similar type elements. So whenever we want to keep similar type of elements with a single name, then we will declare array. We need not to take different variables. For example, if we want to keep the record of the students of a class, if in a class we have 60 students, so before arrays we need to declare 60 variables. But when the concept of array comes, then what happened? We just declare a variable a, and under that a, 60 memory locations were allocated. Okay. So most of the data structures make use of arrays to implement their algorithms. Okay. So element, each item is stored in an array is called an element. We call it element, right? And we know that each element is accessed using its index position. Index means address, that address. Okay. For example, this is an array, so this is the index position. I is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the index position, right? The index position will end. This is the 0th position element is the first element. First index position element is the second element, right? So how this array representation is done? So array can be declared in various ways. There are in different languages there are various ways. Okay. For illustration, I have just taken an example of a C array declaration. We have an array. The name of the variable is array. Okay. Under this square bracket, this will represent the size. So it means that 10 elements can be allocated in memory. Okay. These are the elements. So in the C language, we used to initialize arrays like this, and curly brackets. Okay. So 0th index position 35, first index position 33, and so on. So it will from 0 index position to 9. Okay. 8, 10. Right. So array can be declared in various ways in different languages, right? So for in C, so we have initialize an array like this. It means in memory it will take contiguous memory allocation. Index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Size is 10. Okay. Okay, students. Now, as per the above illustration that I have shown you, there are some important points you will have to keep in mind. Key array starting index is always 0. The length of the array is 10. What does it mean? It means that we can store 10 elements. Okay. And for each element can be accessed via its index. So this have to keep in mind. Okay. So you have already heard about how we are going to insert or delete the elements. So you have used simple concept of for loop from I is equal to 0, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. So what you will do, you will just a of I is equal to, you are inserting the element here. Okay, like this. If you want to print the number of elements, how many elements are there? So we will just give here the size n. Okay. So what are the different operations that we can perform? So in data structure, the focus is on how the memory allocation has been done for that particular list, for that particular data structure, right? And after allocating, we have to perform several operations on each data structure. So in our case, which data structure we are discussing? We are discussing about array. So it means we have to perform traverse. Traverse means traversing, visiting each and every element in an array, insert, delete, search, update. Okay. Some more operations can also be performed. For example, we can, by traveling, we can also reverse the elements. We can also merge more than one array. Okay. Number of operations we can perform, but these are the important operations. Traversing means traveling, print all the array, element one by one. Insertion means we are going to add element, deletion means we are going to delete, search means we are going to search a particular element, particular value in that array. Okay, update means we are going to update a particular element on the given index position. Okay. So traversing means we are going to visit each and every element. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the index position 0, 1, 2, 3. So how we are going to travel? We will see 0 index position, first index position, 2, 3. Simple for loop we can use. Okay. So we know that for storing all the elements, we will use scanf in our C language. Okay? If we want to take elements from a user by inputting through a keyboard, we will use scanf function, right? For printing, we will use printf. Then we will update, and array can easily be traversed using a for loop, right? For example, for loop, I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay? So using for loop, so firstly, if we want to take input from keyboard, then we will use scanf. Otherwise, if we want to print the given array, then within that loop we can use printf. We have this integer type of elements are there, %ld, then a of I, like this we can print, right? So this is traversing. So an important note on array: if we create an array of length 100 using a 100, if we want to store 100 elements, then what size we have to declare here? 100. Okay? So we need not to use all the elements, but I have declared a 100, but I just want to keep 50 elements, 60 elements, then it is possible. Okay? We just keeping 60 elements out of these 100. But the question is that we cannot go beyond. If we want to store 101th element, then that is not possible. It will give error, right? Right, students? So for example, zero index position. For example, the first the size of the data type is 4 bytes. Another 4 bytes, another 4 bytes. Similarly, 0 to 99. So 100 elements can be stored here, but I am storing only 3 elements, for example. Okay? So that memory concern is a little bit different. So we will try to take the memory size according to the number of elements. Okay? So this is an algorithm. So this is important algorithm. So firstly, what we will do? What is algorithm? We know that algorithm is sequence of steps, finite number of steps which were used to give the instructions. So what is the aim of making this algorithm? We can firstly write the algorithm, then we can implement this algorithm in any of the language, in C, in Java, in Python, any of the language. Okay? So firstly, initialization. Initialization means we are going to initialize the index by lower bound, because we know that in an array, the starting this 0th index position is called as lower bound, and the upper limit, the size 0 to n, that is called as upper bound, 0 to n minus 1. Okay, upper bound. Okay, so I is equal to LB. What we are going to do? We are traversing. So we will repeat step number 3 and 4. While until when we are going to repeat? Until unless we reach upper bound. Okay, so we have written here condition while I is less than equal to UB. What we are going to do? We are keep on processing. What process we are going to do? We are processing A of I, inserting the element, incrementing. First element is inserted, I plus 1. Second element is incrementing, I plus 2, I plus 1, I plus 1, I plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 by 1. And at last, exit. Right? This is simple traversing algorithm. Okay? The same I have written here. I have just written here for loop. So this is a simple illustration. Okay? Now comes the insertion. Now the element can be inserted in an array at any specific position. Right? So as we know that with the help of index position, we are going to insert. But that array should have enough capacity. Suppose we want to add an element 10 at index position 2. Okay? Then the element after index 1 must get shifted to their adjacent right. So now keep in mind, while doing insertion, shifting will take place. Shifting will take place while doing insertion and deletion. Always. For example, just see. Now what we are going to do, we want to add an element 10 at index 2. 0, 1, 2 means here at index 2 we are going to insert element 10. So if we are going to insert element at 10, then what we are going to do, we going to shift this 11 to next index position, 13 to next index position. It means enough space should be there. This shifting will take place. Elements need to be shifted to maintain relative order, right? this shifting will going to take place. So I just see this algorithm. Firstly, we have initialization is done. Set I is equal to n, right? How many elements we are going to insert? ठीक है? For example, just I am taking an example of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It means A of 5. ठीक है? Now repeat step 3 and 4 while I is must be greater than or equal to P. Until or unless this index position where we are going to insert moving ith element downward means that shifting will going to take place, right? Set A I plus 1 is equal to A of I, right? Decrement loop will going on because shifting means there is some sort of connection will going to establish between these index positions, right? And element will be inserted at AP is equal to X, right? For example, I am going to insert element at first position. First position means at this position. Okay. Then how this moving ith element downward A I plus 1. A, for example, this is my array A, index I plus 1. What is this I n? For example, I is equal to 4, right? Okay. Now I am going to insert element. This 4 is equal to greater than, is it greater than 1? I am going to insert element at first position. Yes. Then moving ith element downward. Then how will we? It will be downward moving. Set A I plus 1. What is I? I is 4. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5 is equal to A of 4. Okay. So we have A5. A5 is equal to A4. Okay. So for example, I have taken here. For example, this is my, sorry, I am not taking the index position here. I am just taking the position first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So what is this? This is assignment. Na? A4 will assign to A5. A4 will assign to A5, like this. Right? The loop will goes on. Moving ith element downward. Then we will decrement the counter. Decrement the counter. I is equal to I minus 1. Again, I is equal to I minus 1. Then again, A 3 plus 1 is equal to A of 4. Secondly, sorry, A of 3. So A4 is equal to A3. The value will be here. Then this will be connected. Moving downward. Okay. Again, A decrement will take place. 2 plus 1 is equal to A2. Then A3, the value of A2 will be assigned to A3. Okay. Again, decrement A minus minus. A plus 1 is equal to A of 1. The value of A1 will be assigned to A2, like this. Okay. And so on. Okay, students. So we will, this moving the ith element downward means now at last we will get the value here. Then A of 1, the whatever element we are going to insert, that will be inserted here. For example, A1 is equal to 10. Then at last it will be inserted here 10. Right, students? So this is how the insertion takes place. So P is the position, is the number of elements, AI is the array. Okay? So keep in mind, while doing the insertion in an array, we will move the ith element downward with the help of decrement counter. Okay. Now if you want to insert element at second, then shifting will take place and the element will be inserted here 11. Okay. Again, If you want to insert the element at 3, then again decrement 12. Like this, the connection will take place. Okay? It means that in algorithm, there is a chain which is associated with each other. Okay, students, and we will do using this assignment operator. Okay. Similarly, deletion is just the reverse of insertion. In the case of insertion, we are shifting elements. We have this connection established from A4 to A5, A3 to A4, A2 to A3, A of 1 to A2, right? If I have for the understanding purpose, I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? When you will implement in C language, then what will happen? I will take this 0 index position, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then A3 of A4, A2 of A3, A1 of A2, A0 of A1. And at 0th position, this 10 will be inserted. Okay? So it doesn't matter. And what happens in case of deletion? In case of deletion, this moveth ith element downward, it will moves upward. Means the decrement counter takes place in insertion, whereas in deletion, increment counter will take place. See, reverse. Okay? Because when, see here, I am going to delete this 11. So after deleting, this 13 will come place in place of this 11, and in place of 13, 8 will come. So this shifting will have to take place towards left. Right? In insertion, it is linking towards right, but in case of deletion, it is taking place towards left. Okay? So that this empty place cannot be printed. So to remove this void, we do some adjustment. Okay? Then an adjacent element will be shifted. Okay? Okay, students. So this is an algorithm. Just see. So we will initialize x a of p. मतलब which element we are going to delete. ठीक है? Loop, for loop will take place. I is equal to p to n minus p. See, then the element, the position, the element on which position we are going to delete. From that position to n minus 1, shifting will take place. Right? You will understand it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to delete this 2. This is the position p. This is the position p. So from p to n minus 1, the elements which lies on the right will be shifted towards left. Okay? For that, we will repeat the elements. We will, with the help of for loop, we will do this shifting. Okay? See, elements upward. Okay? In case of insertion, ith element is moving downward, linking is towards right. But in case of deletion, it is upward, towards the starting, upward, right? Now, set AP of x, end of loop. Simple. Then reset the number n, then we will going to reset it, n is equal to n minus 1, right? And in case of insertion, how we are resetting? N is equal to n plus 1. Means here the size is increasing, n is equal to n plus 1 after exiting from the loop, but here the size is decreasing, n is equal to n minus 1. Okay, now the size will become 1, 3, 4 like this. So this is deletion in array algorithm. Okay, students, I think now you can see the basic difference, insertion and deletion. So in insertion, we will initialize, we will firstly see what will be the size of an array. For example, I is equal to 4. Here are 4 elements. Okay? So if I is equal to 4 is here, so sorry, I have taken the example of 5 here. Na? So I is equal to 5. Okay? So with the help of this 5, we can just set the counter. How we are going to set the counter? We will check whether, 5, the value of 5 is still greater than 1. Yes. The value of then again, I is equal to I minus 1. 4 greater than, 3 greater than 1, 2 greater than 1, 1 greater than 1. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. The elements will be 1 2 3 4, that this link will be established here. Okay, this is how insertion take place. In case of insertion, element towards downward, up to down, ठीक है, and in case of deletion, down to upward. Starting upward means starting of the array. Okay, so and the second thing which you have to keep in mind, that in this for loop, decrement I minus minus will take place. ठीक है, I minus minus decrement, we will decrement this variable, but in case of deletion, I plus 1th element upward, I plus plus increment will take place in the loop. Okay, so I think we will clear with this concept. Okay, so thank you for today, and we will meet in next topic, in next lecture of unit number 2. Okay, till then, thank you very much.